Aries is a baby of the zodiac, yeah, but that Aries energy can be kind of scary. And you already know Capricorn's that silent killer. So, like, you know, I feel like both of them are trying to kind of read each other and be like, why do you think you're the leader? Because, like, Aries is looking at Capricorn like, well, you're too quiet to be the leader.
Yeah.
And Capricorn's looking at Aries like, you're too loud to be the leader. Who's going to respect that? You know? So they're both just, like, kind of trying to understand why the other
has that spot.
Yeah, exactly. Why the other has that spot and what makes it work for them, because it's so different than the way they would do it.
Yes.
Hey y'all, welcome back.
Hi, happy Friday.
Happy Saturday.
Well, Saturday. They're getting it on Saturday. It's Friday for
Happy
us.
Friday to us.
Yes.
And what a Friday it has been.
Lord, has it really been a happy Friday? I don't know. I mean, every day is a happy day that you get to wake up, I guess. But, like, it's been a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a heavy day.
Oh, for sure. I've had a heavy week. Last week and a half, I got freaking sick. And it's been so rough. And I'd like to blame my rallying weekend. But I don't even know if that's really what happened, because I was fine for 4 days after.
Right.
So I don't know what happened there, but something happened.
Something went down.
Something happened, and your girl was humbled. And I like to pride on myself on the fact that I don't get sick that often anymore.
Yeah.
And I got hella sick, and it's been rough because it was such a busy-ass week at work. Like, I had event after event, big meeting after big meeting, and it's just been too much.
It's just
It's
the
been too much,
worst.
which is why we missed some videos this week, too. Like,
Yes.
I'm, like, really putting it all together for you guys.
Pustering.
Pustering
Pustering it
her
up for
pussy
you.
into it.
You could do it, put your back into it. But honestly, it's the worst when you know you have the busiest week coming up and you're like, don't feel good.
No.
And you're already like mentally checking out. At least for me, like when I'm sick, I instantly go bebe. You know, I'm like, I can't do anything suddenly. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And to know that you have responsibilities that you have to do, it's just
Yeah.
my least favorite thing in the entire world.
It's just bad timing.
Yeah.
Like, why can't I? But then, like, when you get sick, when you have time off, it's annoying too. So really,
Yeah.
it's anytime
that's
it happens, it's fucking annoying. And I
sounds
feel like
annoying,
I'm the kind of person that gets sick, and I'm like trying to prove myself to the world that I can still do this. My Capricorn rising taps in, and I'm like, go hard or go home. I don't care if you're dying. You need to go out with people thinking that you're a hard worker.
Right. It's time for you to show out
No,
now.
literally. And it's like, I feel like I've tried to get better at that, but I really couldn't do anything about it this week. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to drop the ball. It's just not in my nature.
Yeah.
And it was rough. It was rough. Like, yesterday, which was Thursday, I had, like, a fucking whole-ass cry session, like, in the middle of the workday with one of my best friends. And, like, I just, like, felt overwhelmed with the day and how everything was just, you know, not going my way. And then to be, like, in the financial district of downtown and, like, stepping outside the office, but then you're still in the swarm of people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I just want to find a place where I can cry. Like,
Right.
like, there was no place for me to fucking cry. And I just had to sit somewhere and, like, face another building and, like, just, like, vent to my best friend as she calmed me down. And it was rough. And then I came home and I cried to Maya, too. And it was a lot. It's been a lot. And it kind of ties into the first thing I want to talk about, which is this week, and more specifically yesterday at exact, the sun was conjunct Saturn. So, like, obviously that's the undertone of the seriousness that everyone feels, because one of my best friends, the one I was talking to yesterday, she was telling me how, like, you know, she's actually a therapist, and she's like, a lot of people are, like, kind of going through it, and, like, some of her friends are going through it, and I know some of the people I know are going through it. Like, it's just been, like, a hard-ass week for the collective.
Yeah, for sure.
And, like, I just want to check in. How are y'all doing? Were you having a hard week? Because, like, I'm right there with ya.
Yes, comment down below, because also something unique that happened to me yesterday, and not the same of Sarah's feelings at all, but I felt like I was in a bit of a rat race, you know?
Yeah.
And I know that you can agree that you felt a little bit of that. It's like, you know, and I say rat race in the sense like, okay, I have to get up and act like I'm doing these things even though I really don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I got called into jury duty, which is something that I've never had to do before. And just everyone like sitting in the room waiting to be called, like, it just felt very much like Big Brother or
Yeah.
like some authority telling me, Maya, you need to be in this place doing this, even though that's not what I wanted to do at all.
And even though the government
Yeah.
doesn't really take care of its people here, so it just feels very like fraudulent to like show up.
It is.
When I don't agree with like 90% of the shit they do and how they do it.
100%. And the more that I started to, realize like, okay, if I do have to get into jury duty, right? First of all, like it's illegal for your employer to fire you, but also you're not working your regular 9 to 5. You are literally not able to, depending on how long the trial is. And the trial that I was supposed to be in was going to be a month long, and it would need me from 9 to 4 every single day. How am I supposed to do my daily job with that, and the judge made it seem all like, oh, this is such a great honor as an American citizen. And it's like,
Shut the fuck up.
No, as a Californian, they have to pay you, but they pay you like $50 a day. Like, that's not enough for anyone to get by. That's even less than the minimum wage.
That's crazy. It's actually ridiculous.
And it's just like, how dare you act like, oh, this is our American duty and right, and you're not doing anything to actually help people who are maybe the sole providers for their families and can't take that much time off.
Right. It's crazy.
It just felt like the man was trying to like hold me down all week.
Yeah.
And slap me around a little bit, and I didn't like it.
No, it wasn't appreciated. It was fucking annoying. And it was the week of love. Like,
yeah.
Ew. Like, I'm supposed to be fucking
rude.
Like, just feeling the vibes.
Right.
Like, I was not feeling the vibes.
No, I was feeling like stress and like
I was feeling like shit.
Someone was going like this.
Yeah, no.
The whole time. Yeah. No, not feeling it. Not feeling the Capricorn moon right now either. I'm ready to get out of this.
Well, we have an Aquarius New Moon today as you're watching. So that's going to be some beautiful energy either today or tomorrow. But the energies, you're going to be feeling it all weekend. And I feel like that's just the fresh start that we all needed.
Yes.
We want that fresh energy. And soon Saturn will be, out of Aquarius. So if you are feeling like extra tense during, Aquarius season this year, it's because Saturn was also in Aquarius, So it's not really, the vibes.
Not as light as we would like it to be.
Exactly. I mean, no matter what, Saturn, you're going to feel that energy, but at the end of the day, this water sign is ready for Pisces season. Even though I will be crying. But at least I will not be judging myself for crying. It's just going to come out.
Exactly. And I think everyone can use that after, to me, 2 very judgy seasons.
Yeah.
When people, not even always me being so hard on myself, because I feel like I've gotten better at that, honestly, but other people judging and me taking that in.
Yeah.
Which I feel is another problem within itself.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you can be hard on yourself, but it's another thing when people are being hard on you and you're taking that to heart. Right?
Oh, it's literally
it's
a double whammy for
It
me.
is.
I'm just hard on myself, and I'm expecting everyone to be just as hard because why are you being fake? Like, put me in my place. Like, I have a lot of trauma. Working on it. Yeah. I have to have a story. I'm going to share a story.
Tell the
Which
papers.
was another annoying thing that happened this week. We're just all going to vent. Like, are you guys ready to vent?
Yeah, let us know. Comment down below the
let's
shitty
have
things
a
that happened
vent
to
session. And if nothing happened to you at all and your week was amazing, perfect. My shitty week will make you feel even better.
Yeah.
So I took, I'm blessed enough to be able to, obviously when I'm feeling sick, take an Uber to work, and back. Because being on public transit, it's not going to work for me with all my like asthma and like coughing and just
people
distress. So I was running late one of the days to work, and I call my Uber. I get down there. This man, it's the wrong license plate. And he's like, get in. No, like, it's fine. And he's telling me a whole story. I'm like, sir, I'm not getting in.
No!
And he's like, well, it's because I'm like, I'm going to stop you right there. You could literally tell me anything, and I'm not getting in your car because I don't feel comfortable. And I'm trying to get back to the apartment. He's like, well, can you cancel? And in my head, I'm like, I'm not stupid. I'm going to get charged a fee if I cancel. You're going to cancel. So I'm like, no, you cancel.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know how. As soon as I get in, he cancels and leaves. I'm like, you fucking liar. You old white man. He was like in his like, I want to say like 40s. And, like, he was trying to play it off like, I don't know what's happening here. Like, shut the fuck up. I do not trust you.
No, not at all. That's how people get trafficked out here. I'm glad you didn't, falter in that moment. You're not the type. But some people would be like, oh, sure, okay. And then we never see you again.
No, and I hope he felt shame. Even if
he should.
Even if it was really his, go fix your license plate. You're in the wrong business with the wrong license plate. No woman who is smart is going to get in your car.
Right.
And you're going to go through the same thing multiple times because we don't feel safe. It ain't safe. It ain't safe out here.
Right. 100%. Because quite literally, if something were to happen to me, how can I let anyone know what car I'm in?
Literally. They're never going to know.
No, they won't. And I don't like that he tried to play all like...
I didn't even hear one thing that came out of his mouth. I was just like, I do not care.
Like, stop.
Literally.
I don't care.
Please.
Yeah, no, don't try and play all innocent. You have to know that what you're doing is weird.
It is strange, weird. And honestly, it's a waste of my time and yours.
Yeah!
And that's just me being nice and saying that you were telling me the truth. Like, it's a waste of both of our times.
Yeah.
So, go to the DMV and get a new license plate.
Right. I would have reported his ass on Uber. Like, this person's license plate doesn't match, and they were sketch trying to get me in their car.
Yeah. No, legit. Legit.
Because that's so weird. That is the one thing you are able to check when you are getting into an Uber to make you feel safe.
And what does Uber do? They text you, make sure the license plate matches.
Exactly. Especially after a few years ago when all that shit was kind of popping off.
Dude. No.
I got street smarts.
No, I'm so street smart. It's not even funny. Like, I just like to shame people that think they can get away with creepy shit like that.
Terrible. Ugh, just so weird.
So weird.
Ew, like, have you never drove Uber before?
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you? Ew.
Get out. Ew.
Loser.
Do better.
Literally. Stop being a disgusting pig.
Right. Okay, so I know you've been seeing all these UFO sightings.
Bitch, yes. And I know you've been seeing these explosions that are like Chernobyl.
Yes.
And I don't know why. I feel like they go together.
They go hand in hand.
Something. Because the aliens, whenever we wanted to test any sort of like atomic bomb, they would like, UFO sightings would happen and it would like stop the test. Because they don't want us to fucking
nuke ourselves.
Extracurricular. Extraterrestrial beings are more concerned about our planet than we are. Because they know it's special, and there's water, and there's, like, other shit. Like, but we don't appreciate it. Anyway, sorry. No, yes, but I feel like they are connected.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And there were 3, I believe.
It's Aquarius season 2, so
I know!
You know the Aquarius
I loved it. And I just feel like, obviously, there have always been aliens around.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I mean, I have some ideas. They're a little crazy. But I feel like, the aliens are trying to come. They're trying to let their presence be known to everybody. Because, people like me and probably like you and like Sarah, we've always known about the aliens.
Oh,
right?
True.
But I think everybody really gonna know about the aliens. I feel like
they held me before I was even here. This is a special baby. Let's put her in Earth.
She has a special duty on us.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. And I feel like with Pluto moving into Aquarius very soon. Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008. Okay?
Dang!
So go check out the new house Pluto's about to be in. And think about the themes of Pluto and how it will intertwine with that house for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pluto's about to be in Aquarius. And Aquarius obviously rules over... I want to say like alien energy, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Anything that is future thinking, and
out of bounds. You know what I mean? That's what I think of with Aquarius, and that's what
Uranus.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots
Planet
of butt
surprise.
Stuff.
Butt stuff. I'm over here like, yeah,
Planet of surprise. Just kidding. I have heard butt stuff are like apparently popular. Like more popular than ever, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Anyway, but yeah, I feel like with Pluto moving into Aquarius, it's definitely going to, I don't know, like display the powers of Pluto in the sense that it's having all these like power structures like break down in ways that used to be very, very comfortable before. And lots of like truths exposing themselves.
Yeah.
Pluto's all about the hidden, you know, the hidden truths coming out.
Yeah.
And Aquarius is all about like that outer worldly energy.
Yeah.
So I could see aliens all of a sudden just being like, yep, we're not even coming here. We've been here. Mask off.
Yes! Straight up. We've always been among you.
Yeah, literally.
They've always been among us.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think of with like the age of Aquarius just happening now is like all of this AI stuff. And I know we've talked about it a little bit before in other episodes, but I'm seeing it heightened so much. And the things that people can do with AI to make it look like the person who's not even actually there, and just how much you can create with AI and build. Like, I'm not sure if you've heard about this Chat GPT.
Yeah. I saw it literally the other day.
And how it has helped people pass like Wharton level, like Ivy League tests.
Wait, like as in like they use it to
yes, to do
not
their
to
tests.
learn, but to do the test.
No, to do the tests. Like lawyers, they've gotten past it with lawyers. They've done like some real estate things.
This is crazy. This is stupid.
It is actually getting to be
dangerous.
Potentially dangerous. Yes.
They need to kill it off already. Hurry up. What are you waiting on? I can't.
Who knows? But yeah, it can potentially be very dangerous and kill education. You know what I mean? Like what, people don't have to research or type anything themselves anymore because Chat GPT will just build it for you?
No, I can't. Also, I've been seeing that the voice, the fact that they can like generate anyone's voice and put it, it's like gotten better than ever.
Yeah.
And that's scary because you will literally think someone that, you know, you value is saying a false truth.
Right.
And all of their followers will be like, whoa, that must be true. Like, do you know how catastrophic that can be?
Right. Like, how can we actually even validate what is true or not?
Literally,
right?
Like, honestly, the president of America can declare war.
Yes!
And no one will know that that wasn't him.
That's what I'm saying. It's getting really, really scary. And I feel like, just kind of like you said, it's playing with these power structures that we used to be comfortable with, such as a medium of this, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I look at you in the camera, I know that that's you on the other end.
But
that
do
may
you
not
really?
necessarily be
Do you
the
really
case
though?
anymore.
Literally.
And that is a hard truth, I feel, to come across.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
Because
getting
it's like,
scary out
what can I trust?
Yeah, Aquarius rules over technology.
Yeah.
Pluto, you know, it's something, Pluto energy is something that is sometimes feared because of its dark nature. The dark side of technology. That's scary.
Yeah.
Watch out, you guys.
It's like the black market.
Literally.
In a way, you know.
It is. It's fucking
but coming
terrifying.
to the main playing stage.
Yeah. Oh,
And most of us are not prepared to play on the black market, okay?
No, at all. Dude. So I want to talk about the explosions that have been happening.
Yeah.
And that train wreck that happened in Ohio.
Bro, did you hear that there was another one too, though?
Yep. Yeah, I did. And like multiple.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this ain't no quinky dink.
No,
and we're not dumb.
Yeah, I actually learned a little bit more about
The one in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
So that's the second one. And then the first one was the original one that I saw. And like, there's like dead fish and cattle being reported as far as 100 miles away from the site. And people have been getting fever and like sick.
Yeah.
And like, if you haven't watched the documentary Chernobyl on HBO, I highly recommend it. It's so interesting. It's so sad.
So good.
And really what's happening here is exactly what happened in Chernobyl. And they're doing the same thing. The government doesn't want to create mass hysteria, so they're not feeding it to the news. They're trying to control it. But once hundreds, maybe thousands of people start dying or having sadly deformed babies or just really bad things happening, that's when people wake up. And that's when these news outlets will be like, oh, now we have to cover it.
Right. But it's almost going to be too late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people will already have been being affected by it. Water systems are completely ruined. Like, don't be drinking the water if you're from there. At all. And get out if you have
If
the
you
means
can,
to,
yeah.
You know? Yeah, it's been really sad to read. And I read this fact late last night that apparently this is happening more because when Trump was still in office, he deregulated these certain breaks that were supposed to make it safer to be carrying these toxic wastes. And it was supposed to go into effect in 2023. And what do we see now? It's twice in 2 weeks, not in shorter than 2 weeks time span, this has happened.
That is so fucking scary.
It's so bad.
And so bad. And I heard there's going to be acid rain.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not see that.
It's going to fall in Ohio.
Oh, bad.
I mean, the environment can't handle that.
No. It's quite literally toxic waste. I don't know why they were transferring it in the first place, for what reason, but why that stuff is even still around is, like, beyond me. Because we know it's harmful to us, animals, our planet in general. Like, why do we keep it around?
It's insane because, like, this is all happening, like, around the last degree of Saturn in Aquarius and the last degrees of the sun being in Aquarius. So, like, it's just really heavy energy this week.
Yeah. Just trying to show, I feel like, some random truths and bits of information that maybe we hadn't been privy to yet. Mm-hmm. You know?
I didn't know that about the Trump thing. Like, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. And I'm not fucking surprised, because literally everything he did was fucking crap.
Right. I mean, I just learned about it the other day. You know what I mean? And I'm sure when he deregulated that, no one was thinking it would have these catastrophic... Exactly. He was like, oh, I'm just cutting costs.
But isn't that Aquarius energy? It comes back to haunt you in the future.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And oof. All around humanitarian
literally
things,
exactly,
you know?
Like the number of people and animals and livestock that are going to be affected. Like, I don't think Ohio is going to be the same for a long time.
No. Yeah. And it's crazy that people aren't talking about it more. Like,
it's insane.
If you're on social media, right? If you're like a
and if you're following the same, like, you know what I mean? I sometimes think about it and I'm like, I feel like I see these things because I follow certain accounts. Yeah. I know plenty of people, all they see is like shady accounts and like the tea with gossip literally,
like celebrity shit.
Exactly.
Not anything.
And don't get me wrong, I eat up that shit too sometimes. Right. But I have a diverse amount of accounts that I follow because I want to be in the know. And I just want other people to do that as well, because if you don't know, what you don't know, you can't change. Mm-hmm. What you don't know, you won't be educated on. You won't be able to talk to people about it.
Right.
And the more we talk to people about this, the more we'll get angry and demand change.
Right. I feel like in society, change has to come from the people. It doesn't come from the top down. It doesn't come from our leadership like it may at, your job or something like that, right? Like, it literally stems from movements of people saying, hey, you got me fucked up. We need to make a change. Hey, this is wrong. I'm not going to stand for it anymore. But until the people come together with a unified message of like, I'm sick of this. Yeah. They're going to keep doing what they do.
I know. And I want to briefly talk about the earthquake that happened in Turkey and how sad and devastating that was. And just honestly, to me, we don't know when a natural disaster is going to happen and where it's going to hit. Mm-mm. And it just makes me so sad because the people that experiencing it, their life completely changes. Mm-hmm. I mean, whether they pass or they know someone or their home is destroyed, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. And like, to us, it's like, oh my God, that's so sad. But really put yourself in that space. Yeah. The stress of your regular life, that shit don't even matter anymore because you don't even have a place to lay your head. Yeah.
And for so many of us, we can't even really imagine that, because like, I know at least as a Californian, I feel like we don't get that too many of natural disasters, Yeah. Like the fires were the closest thing I feel I have ever experienced in my life to something like that. And that's not even anywhere close to it, So I can imagine that people do have a hard time empathizing, but just knowing how much those fires affected me, I can only imagine what it would feel like. I don't have a home. I can't get in touch with my family or friends or coworkers or whatever, because after that large of an earthquake, systems break down. You know what I mean? It's not just your buildings. It's like communication is lost as well, and you have a hard time getting in touch with people. And that's something, again, that I can only imagine, but I don't like to imagine because it puts me in a dark, scary place.
Yeah. I think a lot of people in first world countries, if you consider America that, have a hard time empathizing. And you just have to, I guess, make friends with people from different cultures. Learn from people. That's how empathy is created, honestly.
Right. Communicating, sharing stories with people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I learn more about you, I naturally feel more for you. You know? And I think yes, to our fault, sometimes it's like America keeps us so busy that sometimes we feel that we can't have those deeper connections.
That's
and
the whole
why,
point.
you know, I hate to say it, like a lot of the time we're like, why people don't have empathy and things, you know?
Yeah.
And it's because of this culture that they're always working and they don't have time to actually have a family meal and process and be with people that they love and cherish.
I mean, capitalism is a very selfish way of living.
Yeah.
It's me or you. I'm gonna make it to the top. Like it,
Right.
Like the entire meaning of capitalism is all about being selfish.
Yeah. There's
you know,
no us.
There's no room for empathy when I'm trying to
Right.
survive. Why should I care about how you don't have enough money if I'm just trying to make it too? Like,
right. But that's
well, let's see when you're in their place and they're winning. They're gonna remember that, and they're not gonna give you any grace.
Right. 100%. Because to me, that's just like very low level energy. We're all humans at the end of the day. Just because, you know, it happened in Turkey doesn't mean it can't happen over here in
Literally.
America. Like, you don't know what happens with natural disasters in this way. And all of us are going to be crying the boo-hoo-hoos when no other country wants to come help us up and we're in the shits too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I mean,
even
it's
just
the truth.
based off, not even off of countries, human to human. If I see you struggling, I want to help you out. If you don't feel that way, you need to do some work
Yeah.
on yourself, honestly.
Truly. But if you just think about empathy in general, you want to be valued and you want to be seen when you're going through things, you know? If you're not that kind of person, don't expect people to drop everything and come help you. You know?
Yeah.
It's very selfish of you to assume that your problems are more important than everyone else's.
Yeah. But it's people so get in that space when
They do.
when they are feeling frantic. And it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have as much empathy for you in that moment if you haven't empathized with me or other people in your life.
Literally.
You know?
It's
like,
so true.
Now, actually, it feels like you're just using me. Because what? You're calling on me when you need help, but when I needed help, you weren't there.
Yeah.
You couldn't even shoot me a quick text thinking, hey, good wishes. Sending love.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Thinking about you.
Exactly.
Anything fucking basic like that, I'll remember.
You know?
Truly, it means a lot.
And we do in those dark, dark times.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I feel like not a lot of people do reach out, you know?
Granted, I'm not always going to reply to the people I'm not the closest with when they say, here if you need to talk, or like, thinking about you. I'm not going to start dumping on them because they're not my best friends or my family.
Yeah.
But I will give a short reply back, and I'll remember. I'll remember the way I felt because they did that. And automatically, the next interaction I have with them, or when I think of them, I get a little happier because I remember that they cared. You know? You don't have to be my therapist. Just telling me you think about me, that you hope I'm okay. It makes a big ass difference.
For sure. It builds like a little trust, a little bridge for, you know, if I am in a situation maybe in the future, I would feel more comfortable saying, hey, I'm actually not doing well right now.
Yeah.
You know?
It's that deposit in your emotional bank account. I've talked about that before. You have to make deposits into each other's bank accounts emotionally.
Yeah.
For you guys to both feel seen and valued.
Otherwise, there's no relationship there.
And then, you know, the bank is going through a foreclosure and
Right.
the relationship's over.
Bankruptcy is done. You gotta get out.
It's banned. So I guess, allegedly, so when Rihanna was doing her halftime performance, which was iconic, amazing, even our little pregnant queen.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, I'm happy for her. Anyway, motherhood looks good on her. And he, I guess, had posted on his story,
Oh,
like,
Lord.
go girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, go girl with like a heart or something, or go girl, like, you know, like do your thing or whatever. And people were just like coming for him, like, leave her alone. Like, and I just thought this was so Taurus. Like, this man's will not let it go. Any normal, sane human would be like, people know. Granted, what he did to Rihanna is not the last time he was abusive and,
Correct.
you know what I mean, just toxic. So the way people feel about him, it's not just about that incident. But I feel like Tauruses, like, they just have a hard time letting go. And any sane human would be like, I do have a lot of history here. I'm going to keep my mouth shut on this one. But he makes it a point.
He can't.
He can't.
I think because, you know, just like Drake, both of them are hoping one day maybe she will come back to them. Because, like, why else would you, like, reach out trying to be like, you know, it's good, love, like, be good.
Like, it's
checking you. Like, what? Nobody cares. She for sure don't care.
It's just,
You're trying to put on, like, face?
I don't know what it is. Or are you being petty? This is another one. Maybe he doesn't care so much that he's, like, adding a little gasoline to the fire. Like, I said something. This one's for you guys. Like, bro.
Oh, my gosh.
That's kind of crazy, though, right? And it just reminds me of Taurus energy, because I do feel like, just like Scorpios, Tauruses don't let go.
No.
And they will hold on. They don't care how toxic it is. They don't. If they're comfortable with it, they're doing it.
Like, I'm thinking, genuinely, I feel this Taurus man thinks, like, in some way they still have a relationship of sorts. And it is comical, but I really feel that way that some Taurians think that, too, when they get out of relationships, just because they're such obsessive, possessive beings, that it doesn't matter if you broke up with them, like, you are always theirs.
You think he feels bad, and that's why he does it? Like, it's, like, almost, like, just, like, full-on supporting.
Yeah.
You know? You know, like, it's not the same analogy. I was gonna say when, like, people are, like, shitty dads or moms, and, like, they keep coming back even though they were, like, the worst dad and mom. Like, I love you. And then the child is like, go away, I fucking hate you. Yeah. Like, I never want to see you again in my whole fucking life. And the parent's like, I just want to be there for you now. I know I did you wrong. Right. I did you dirty.
It's like too late.
So what do you guys think it is? Is it A, petty? B, he's really dumb and he just doesn't know what he's doing and he's just living life, expressing himself? Or is it C, he feels bad? A, B, or C? Let us know.
Let us know. Needs to know.
Needs to know. And if Chris Brown, if you're watching, you let us know. I want to know the real answer.
Right. I don't know why. I just imagine a comment. CB.
Petty. No, it's going to be like user 101 CB love.
Yes, exactly. Loves Rihanna.
Oh my God.
So good. All right, you guys, let's bring it back to a list we discussed like 2 weeks ago, which is the sign that irritates you more than anybody else, but you love it.
Let's fucking do it.
So the next couple we gonna discuss is Aries and Capricorn.
That is actually funny.
Yes.
Honestly, because they're both cardinal and they're both like, I would say, obviously Aries is fiery, but like Capricorn can be very fiery.
For sure.
Out of all the earth signs, because of that cardinal energy, they're go-getters, they get what they want, they're bossy, and Aries is very bossy. So I feel like when these two match up, you're like, who's HBIC?
Right.
Who would be?
It's like that Spider-Man meme, like
no,
both of them are trying to be HBIC, like,
No, truly.
It me. No, it me.
No, they both think that their shit don't stink and that their way is the lay of the law. Is that the right? Okay, yeah. I feel like they just know that, like, my way's the best way. I'm the pack leader. Who the fuck are you, and why are you so loud? That's you, baby. That's you. You looking at you. When Capricorn and Aries look at each other, that's both of you.
It's so true. And I feel like, they both irritate each other because it's like, they don't always, even though they respect each other's hustle, I don't think they always like how the other one does it. So, like, that irritates them. They do love each other because, again, they have a mutual respect for how hard they work, how they show up for their family, how family-oriented they are, you know? And they are both providers. So it's like, I see you and I respect you, but I wish you would do it over there. Yeah. Is what I get from these two.
Literally. I think one thing that I love about both of these signs is that they're both fearless.
Yeah.
And that they're ready to make it to the top. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they're okay to step on some toes doing it, too.
Sure are. And that's probably the other reason why it irritates them. Because it's like, Capricorn, you stepping on Aries. Aries, you stepping on Capricorn to get to the top.
Yeah, like one of them was like, I'm alpha, and the one was like, no, I'm alpha, so you must be beta. She's like, bitch, there is no beta here. I'm alpha.
Right. Can I also say I feel like both of them would be very much into like the dominatrix aspect.
Oh yeah.
And it's hard because like just like you said, who's gonna be sub? Neither of them wants to be sub.
No. Like I just imagine them going back and forth. Oh my God. And both of them kind of can be scary in some way.
Yeah.
People, Aries is a baby of the zodiac, yeah, but that Aries energy can be kind of scary.
Uh-huh.
And you already know Capricorn's that silent killer. So
Right.
like, I feel like both of them are trying to kind of read each other and be like, why do you think you're the leader? Because like Aries is looking at Capricorn like, well, you're too quiet to be the leader.
Yeah.
And Capricorn's looking at Aries, you're too loud to be the leader. Who's going to respect that? So they're both just like kind of trying to understand why the other
has that spot.
Yeah, exactly. Why the other has that spot and what makes it work for them, because it's so different than the way they would do it.
Yes. But I feel that, if you ever see an Aries or Capricorn out in the wild, they both have things to learn from each other because they do it so oppositely.
Yeah.
And they both yield power.
Yeah.
It's like Capricorn, you can learn something from Aries from speaking up, being emotional and vocal.
Yeah.
Because Capricorn doesn't always do that. They keep their cards closer to their chest.
They do.
Right?
They definitely do.
And Aries, we all know that they be running their mouth sometimes.
Oh.
They share their news with the entire world. And sometimes, Aries, that's to your fault. You know what I mean? Haters are now out here looking for you. And Capricorn is smart in the sense like they keep their cards close to their chest because then people aren't always looking for them.
No.
I
mean, I feel like Capricorn energy is something that is interesting for Aries because of the fact that Mars is exalted in Capricorn. So, and Aries is ruled by Mars. So Aries is like, I don't see that fire in you, but you do be working hard.
Right, something's going on up
Exactly.
there. And I kind of like it.
And, Capricorn is looking at Aries like, you talk, but I see that you also be doing the work and the walk.
You be walking.
Yeah. It's just off of first impressions. I definitely see these two reading each other like, you are fucking annoying. You are so fucking annoying.
100%. Because the day-to-day of how they like to operate to me is opposite.
Which is not the same as the other two pairs that we talked about before. Like, I feel like when Virgo and Scorpio first meet,
yeah.
Oh, guys, so you cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? Be private. And, like, Taurus and Sag, oh, you bougie. Like, you like to do these things, But with these two, I feel like the test of time will really show them that they're more similar than they first thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see these signs naturally maybe being attracted to each other at first if they can meet in a work setting.
Yeah.
And they can see that hustle
drive.
and drive
Yeah.
firsthand rather than maybe experiencing them emotionally or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like out with regular friends, or I guess another space that they could maybe get along is with family as well. If they see them in their family home setting.
It'll be hard to get to Capricorn's family setting, Aries, but
right.
you can try.
Right. It would be more Capricorn coming into the Aries home and then them gaining value from that, and then the Capricorn maybe opening up.
Right. And it's just seeing how much Aries does.
Yeah. Because they both go above and beyond.
They do. They're riders. Okay, next pair for the sign that irritates you more than anybody else, but you love it. Gemini and Cancer. Ooh!
Oh, snap.
I'm like, wow. It's because one of them is so loyal and the other one's just be hoeing it up, The other one likes to see what's out there, and the Cancer is like, no, I want to stay in here.
Oh my gosh. When I think of both
when
of these signs.
When I say hoeing it up, I don't mean actually hoeing it up.
Not actually.
I mean, like, you just need new experiences all the time. And Cancer needs more of that, like, comfort of home base.
They like to be more in their home with their people that they like. And Gemini likes to get new friends often. Yeah. When I think of these two signs and why they also might irritate each other is because they both talk a lot. And I feel like the other always wants to be talking.
They do.
And Cancer's going to be offended when Gemini's cutting them off because Cancer's like, I'm expressing my emotions. And Gemini is like, you're all you do is talk about your emotions, I'm going to laugh a little bit.
Yeah, literally.
You know?
Just take it too seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel both of them are like fighting for the mic.
Oh, it's so true. And I feel like both of them are very, very moody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Cancer is ruled by the moon, and Gemini is very moody because they're constantly overanalyzing every setting, every situation they're in. So while Mercury's taking in and processing, their mood's changing. And these two signs and their moodiness, I feel like, will irritate the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
Because they're both unstable. I'm sorry. You guys can both be unstable.
It's true. And listen.
But both very fun.
Yes. And their instability doesn't mesh well together.
It doesn't.
You know, because they're kind of unstable in the same ways, but like different.
It's just so funny though, because like a lot of Geminis have Cancer placements. And
Yeah.
a lot of Cancer placements have Gemini energy.
Yeah.
So like these two energies intertwining together is actually very interesting to me.
Yeah.
And I love it in people.
I do.
Because, you know, I'm a Scorpio and I have Gemini moon. So like when I see Cancers with Gemini placements, I'm like, yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
They really will help you understand your emotions.
And
Both of these signs.
Yes.
In different ways.
Yes.
Because you could talk it through with the Gemini. And with Cancer, they're not judging you.
Right.
They just want you to let it out.
right. And they want you to talk it through with them too. You know, I feel like they do have different communication styles as well. Like with a Cancer, you want to be one-on-one when
Yeah.
you're chatting, right? That doesn't necessarily have to be the case for a Gemini, right?
Yeah.
If you really know your Gemini and you're trying to get some deep information out of them, it should be one-on-one as well.
Yeah.
But like more commonly, like you could get just as good information out of them in a group setting. And that's not the case for Cancer, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of one of the main differences between them, even though they both love community and
Yeah.
their friends and their family. You know, like
Absolutely.
for Gemini, it's their friends who are their family, and then it's actually Cancer's like family, and their chosen friends as well too.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's crazy to me because Cancer being a water sign and being ruled by the, you know, the fourth house, which is your home. They're such a social water sign.
They are
too.
super social.
So I feel like these two, they kind of see the other working their magic. Because when a Cancer is out in the wild doing their thing, they're really good at talking to people because they're like validating what they feel, you know, and they're throwing it back at them. And I feel like, you know, we obviously know why Gemini is such a good social creature.
Yeah.
Mercury. But I think the moon, Cancer is ruled by the moon. Its planetary ruler is the moon. Having the moon as your planetary ruler in your chart, it just makes you feel like home to other people.
Yeah.
I always say that. Cancer is that home away from home friend. When you have a Cancer that is with you when you're out and about, you kind of feel that comfort. You know, and when you're with your Gemini friend going out, you feel that comfort because you know you got them.
Right.
And they know everybody and everything's fine.
Right.
They're going to get you out of any situation and everything's fine.
Right.
You know, it's like never awkward. And I think with a Cancer, it's never awkward either.
No, it's not. Especially when
Even if they're new to you.
yeah, no, they do a very good job of making you feel comfortable, and that's
Yeah.
something that, like you said, both of them do very well in completely different ways,
Yeah.
but they do it very well.
We love y'all. All you
Cuties.
signs.
All you signs, we love you so
You get a
much.
heart. You get a heart.
So, good old Instagram ads. There is something that I saw on Instagram ads. It's called, let me make sure I'm saying it correctly, 4 Days Clothing. And basically,
The renting.
yeah, so it's not renting, actually. I mean, maybe you can rent clothes, but to my understanding, the whole thing about them is that you can clothes that you want to get rid of, rather than like taking it to a Goodwill or donation bin where it usually just gets thrown in the trash. They actually have more of an eco-friendly way to get rid of those clothes and textiles.
Oh, wow.
Which I think is really awesome because, as we all know, fast fashion is a huge
so sad.
negative effect on climate change and like green gas emissions and stuff like that. And so the fact that this company is like openly talking about how they are being responsible with getting rid of those items and or reusing them, and some of them do have to go in the trash. They're open about that, but most of it can be reused or recycled in some type of way. And I just thought that was so cool and different too from, you know, like going to thrifting or something like that. Because again, I feel like there's so many clothes that go to thrift stores and Goodwills and Salvation Armies that just end up in the garbage because so many of us actually donate. And there's not enough space for all of it.
Yeah. So, question, do you know if, like, is that all they do? So, essentially their whole business model is you signing up for them to, like, pick it up and then they just take it? Or do they put stuff on their website for people to also buy? Like, what is it?
Yeah, so I think you can also get stuff that people have, like, sent in,
okay,
like,
cool.
like a thrift store.
Okay. But then
and then you stuff, get, and I think you may even get money for, like, sending, you know.
It over?
Yeah, kind of like a Buffalo Exchange or something like that.
Which we've heard, like, Buffalo Exchange and some of these fucking companies, like, they make it so hard for you to get paid for your shit. And, like, they can be kind of, like, snooty. I'm like...
Right, they're like, it's not on trend. It's like, okay, well, that's why I'm giving it to you.
Literally, like, why are you making this so weird? Like, I thought I was doing a service.
I know.
They're trying to shame me.
100%. And sometimes you'll come with, like, 2 bags of things. You know you got some nice stuff in there, and they're like, all right, we'll give you $20. I'm like, okay, well, I'm a little offended. And now I don't even know if I want to give you my clothes. That's actually happened to me.
I know.
Like, I have multiple Levi jeans in here that are worth quite a bit.
I'm going to share a secret, and I hope I don't get in trouble for this. Because, you know, sometimes I usually use the bins that you can donate it to. That's where I put my clothes. And sometimes, like, I just have so many clothes, and I'm just like, it takes forever to go to the bin. Sometimes the bins are full. Sometimes I've just been, like, putting them outside where I know people walk by, and, like, they get taken. And I feel like that's been working.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of homeless people in San Francisco. So if somebody can use my clothes right away, that makes me happy. Yeah. You know? And then I know it's not going to the trash or whatever. Yeah,
for sure.
So, and that only works because obviously I live downtown. And people, I'm not saying don't step outside your suburbs and be like, here's some clothes. You know?
Another good place that I feel not a lot of people know to, like, maybe send their clothes to is, like, women's shelters. It takes a little bit more time. But they need it.
They so need it.
You know? So, yeah, I recommend doing that rather than just sending it to your Goodwill or your Salvation Army. Because those are for profit, too, like, which is annoying to me.
It really is. And honestly, over the past 2 years, while Saturn has actually been transiting my second house of value, I have decided that I'm not buying until I give more things away. So, like, I've been packing bags away. Because I just don't feel right shopping unless I'm giving things away. Because my closet is full. And I hate feeling gross like that. Yeah. Truly, truly. So it feels nice to just pack up shit and just give it away. Yeah. So if you've been feeling like, I hate everything in my closet. Ew. Like, just get rid of shit. Get rid of shit. Make room for more if you choose to, you know, buy more. But I'm telling you, it feels so good to just get rid of shit. You just feel lighter. Yeah. 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 And also don't, like Sarah just said, you know, don't feel like you have to replace all of those things too. You know, like leave space for where you want to grow. My friend who does feng shui, that was one of the best tips she ever gave to me is like, you know, you don't ever want to fill up your closet all the way. You want to leave space for just a little bit of space, but also for you to grow as you change as a human. You know what I mean? It's so true. And like, it's not even just about clothes. I've always learned in my spiritual journey, if you want something, you have to make room for it. Your life can't be full of things. If you want you want new friends or whatever it may be, like whatever, hobby, like you have time for it. Because if you're not putting some free time on your calendar, creating some space in your life, the universe isn't going to give you that thing because there is no room for it. So just make some space in your life, spiritually, physically, however you feel like you need it. But it starts with you ultimately making that space. Yeah. Before, you know, you manifest and bring that thing to you, or the universe brings it to you. Yeah, because it can't come through. It may be knocking at your door, but you literally have no room for it. At all. At all. And you're like, damn, like, am I stuck at manifesting? No, you're just not letting shit go. Yeah. And you're not believing. Yeah. You need to have both. Believe it can come to you and make space for it. And also stop thinking about it too much.
Yeah.
Which can be hard, but do those things and you'll manifest whatever you want.
Yeah, especially if you're a Taurus. You know, it's very hard to
It's true. Let it go. Let it go, baby. And you know, Chris Brown, he wants a new woman and he needs to let her go.
Let Rihanna go.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, we're totally kidding.
Those Chris Brown fans.
Right.
Those Taurus women are scary. Those Taurus women are scary. Oh,
Not
God.
the internet warriors.
Oh, jeez. I know. One of my favorite fucking, I'm pretty sure it's Tyler, the Creator or whatever. And he was talking about, like, online bullies. Like, he's like, what the fuck is online bullying? Just turn off your laptop. Shut it down. What? You don't got to get bullied. Just turn it off.
Turn it off.
And it's so fucking true. Even though, no, it's hard to think about that in theory because, like, you're just like, why is this happening to me? But ignore it.
Yeah, that's not the real life.
Yeah, it's,
you know?
it's really not. And most people will never dare to say that shit to your face.
Balls to say it to your face.
Ever.
Mm-mm.
Most people are pussies.
No, 100%. Even me, as a very ballsy person, like, I really don't have an issue saying this to people's face at all. But I do feel bolder on the other side of the screen. I think everyone just naturally does.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, because you're not going to be held accountable.
Exactly. And it's like, I can get it all out without someone stopping me.
Right.
You know? Or having to look at your reaction.
And it's crazy because most people, they, you know, write a hate comment or aggressive, whatever, and they just, like, they go on about their day. They're not thinking about you, how that made you feel.
Right.
Like about your character, that they ruined you. That's literally just them being them and, like, releasing the hate in their heart.
Right.
You know? So don't take it personally because they're probably not even thinking about you anymore. So why are you thinking about them? Fuck them.
Honestly.
Let's end it on that, baby.
Fuck all them.
We love y'all so, so much. Thank you for hanging out with us on this hopefully beautiful Saturday.
Yes.
We hope that you have a beautiful start to Pisces season.
Yes. Hopefully you get Monday off and you get to enjoy a little 3-day weekend. We love you guys so, so much. We're going to link our socials somewhere around here. Don't forget
to like,
comment, follow if you're not already following and subscribing us.
Yep. Leave us a review. Subscribing us. Leave us a review on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to, and just share it with the people that you love because we would love to make them happy too. Bye, besties.
Bye.